Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to talk about right now has WEF written all over it. So get your coffee or your tea and a box of your favorite flavored cricket crackers, and let's get into it. You may be creeped out by the thought of eating insects, but crickets are actually the new health food that can be conveniently hidden in delicious products. Cricket is quickly gaining popularity as a healthy protein source without the environmental, economic, and health concerns that comes with meats. In a controversial move, the USDA is allocated $130,000 in federal funds to support research into cultivating crickets as a protein source using municipal landfilled waste. Yes, I said it. So the company is called Mighty Cricket Incorporated, and they specialize in cricket-based food products in the beneficiary of the USDA grant. The research started on January 1st, 2023, and is targeted to conclude on February 29th, 2024. The agency's decision to fund research into trash-derived cricket feed is grounded in the belief that it could drastically cut the cost of cricket farming, allowing savings to trickle down to consumers. Oh, yay. So the grant listing accuses traditional livestock farming of being overly resource intensive and environmentally detrimental. So the alleged research proposed in this application addresses the need for more cost efficient production of crickets as a sustainable protein source compared to the conventional proteins. Cricket protein retails for over twice the cost. I can't wait. So this is even after factoring out water weight, because crickets are generally sold dry roasted or powdered. Dry roasted, like coffee beans. It's exciting. So the two biggest factors driving up the cost include lack of innovation and economies of scale. So unlike beef or pork or poultry and soy industries, there has been very little innovation invested into farming crickets. Well, I wonder why. Most of the global production occurs in Thailand, where goods are generally produced via manual labor versus automation. In addition to labor costs, electricity and feed comprise the next two biggest costs on cricket farming. Utilizing solar energy and insulation helps address electrical costs. Meanwhile, this research proposal seeks to address feed costs as innovations reduce the cost of cricket production. It opens the door to more buyers, in turn improving economies of scale. So this research proposal also addresses the need to recapture food waste in the U.S., diverting a portion of food waste from landfills. The problem of food waste is significant here. We all know this. And according to the USDA in the United States, food waste is estimated at between 30 to 40% of the food supply. The estimate, based on estimates from the USDA's Economic Research Service, of 31% food loss at the retail and consumer levels corresponded to approximately 133 billion pounds and $161 billion worth of food in 2010. Food is the largest component of municipal landfill waste, accounting for an average of 22%. All of this food waste creates a huge opportunity for Mighty Cricket to procure cricket feed at lower cost than what is available on the market. And Mighty Cricket, the heroes that they are, will then be able to pass along the cost savings to buyers of cricket protein. This includes consumers purchasing Mighty Cricket products at retail outlets, along with manufacturing of pet food pharmaceuticals, and bioplastics. In the last 10 years, global demand for alternative proteins has spiked. It has. The increase in demand is driven by public awareness of the need for more sustainable food sources. Who needs beef or chicken or pork anymore when you've got crickets? Conventional protein production poses a sustainable strain on the ecosystem, requiring unsustainable quantities of water, land, and feed as inputs. Furthermore, animal-based proteins are also a significant source of greenhouse gas emissions. Who farted? Okay? It is estimated that 14.5% of all greenhouse gas emissions. Damn the cow fats. The fats are killing us. Okay? Damn the bastards with the fats. Today's food system can only feed 3.4 billion people sustainably. To sustain the world's growing population, food production practices need to dramatically shift towards resource conservation, and consumers are demanding change. Change, damn it. We need more crickets. Cricket farming poses one solution to the challenge of food production, as it requires a fraction of consumable inputs compared to conventional proteins. This is why the UN Food and Agricultural Organization, they recognize edible insects as a viable alternative to producing food and feed security. Bring in the cockroach milk, please. I am thirsty. Mighty Cricket will collect data on how the cricket feed produced from waste performs compared to the standard feed on the market. Brava. The success of the project will be measured on the following objectives. They did their homework, ladies and gentlemen. Cost savings of the feed, cricket growth, and mortality rates. Ultimately, the company hopes to lower production costs and the environmental footprint on the U.S. food system. Genius. Critics argue that this approach might be too avant-garde. How dare you? Overlooking potential health and ecological concerns associated with the rearing insects and landfill waste. Now, skeptics, they have an argument as well, that without stringent regulations and thorough research into the safety and environmental implications, this initiative could inadvertently introduce toxins into the food chain or exacerbate waste management issues. Last year, the WEF, they promoted the EU's new plan to use mealworms in food in their bid to reduce meat consumption. The globalists are pushing for the peasants, the worthless eaters, the peons, us, to eat bugs and weeds and synthetic meat because bugs consume fewer resources than traditional livestock. Livestock around the world is responsible for 14.5% of all greenhouse gas emissions relating to human activity. The need for land, whether for grazing animals or growing crops to feed animals, is the single greatest driver of deforestation, with major consequences for biodiversity loss. Welcome to 2030, my friends. You own nothing, you have no privacy, and life has never been better. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I will see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fearless. Ciao.